morning, good afternoon, good evening. I am All Hunter Jr., the truth and not a rumor. This is the Surround Sound Podcast, sponsored by Healthy Junk Food of Nashville. Next week, we're going to have Miss Montoya Martin back in the booth, back in the studio with us. Last month, we had such a good time. Plus, she always has some new things going on. So we just going to have her in here like once a month, you know, so she can tell us the new products that are coming out, the new places she'll be, because she's going to be down on the riverfront starting July 1st. And you're going to definitely want to, you know what? She's going to be two places downtown. But you're going to definitely want to get down there and holler at her, you know, especially with 4th of July and fireworks and everything. You're going to want to take her up on that. Anyway, make sure, thank you guys. Don't let me say, don't do anything. Just thank you. That's all I want to do is tell you thank you for liking the Surround Sound Podcast fan page. Thank you for liking the video. Thank you for just keeping up and supporting us, man. So, happy Juneteenth. Happy African American Appreciation Music Month. Also, happy Father's Day. And we have a very special guest on the line that's going to be with us for the entire show. My guy, Los the Scholar. What's up, Los?
What's happening?
Man, not too much, dude. So glad to have you on finally, especially when it comes to art, man. Art is one of those things, I think, with so much media and so much social media and so many things technologically that go on, sometimes we forget about just a painting or photography, you know, things of that nature.
Absolutely.
That's cool, man. I'm going to bring you back. We're going to talk about some sports, and we're going to also talk about the artandsoulsociety.com and everything that you got going on, all right?
Sounds good. Let's make it happen.
We'll be back in a flash on the Surround Sound Podcast.
People don't use our music to get high. They use our music to get by.
Right. On the dance floor, ass up, there you go. Shake that ass just like a pro. Let a player see your face down on the dance floor. Ass up, there you go. Shake until your back is so. Let a player see your face down on the dance floor. Ass up, there you go. Shake that ass a little more. Let a player see your face down on the dance floor. Ass up, on your knees, shaking it just like a pro. Step into a party, hot body standing wall to wall. Some are small and wide, but deep inside they want you standing tall. Sometimes you have to get up in their jaw to make them get it off. Give a bra more than she can take just to make her fall. Head over heels, doing whatever to pay the bills. In your drums, they sticking tips on the stage, giving thrills to them niggas in the clubs. Riding dubs, spinning cash flow. The scholars getting down, face down on the dance floor. Let a player see you face down on the dance floor. Ass up, on your knees, shake that ass just like a pro. Let a player see you face down on the dance floor. Ass up, there you go. Shake that ass a little more. Let a player see you face down on the dance floor. Ass up, on your knees, shaking till your back is so. Let a player see you face down on the dance floor. Ass up, on your knees, shake that ass just like a pro. Fall up in the club, any club or a hot spot. Some hard-breaking ass shaking 24 around the clock. Whether it's a titty club or a club to get you bucked, they'll shake that ass for the cash if you cough it up. Place $1 on the blow, watch how far a hoe would go. Brainwash out where them dollars in, buy a half a hoe. Shaking about to break her back, it might just show your piece of cat. Or let your Jimmy nudge it just to make you want a piece of that. Fall up in the buckets club, niggas gonna toss it up, but hoes gon' shake that ass anytime they get a chance, cuz watch them walk it like a dog. When that Mr. N come on, Juvie have them backing up their ass all night on. Looking at her hips as you rubber with your fingertips, but you don't wanna hit her, all you wanna do is see her strip. Tighter clothes on tighter hoes, shaking fast, shaking slow. Shake that ass however you wanna shake it if you are a pro. Please, I gotta let you know it's whole steps, so ain't no steps. And if you just don't know how to twerk it, then come get some help. And when your gal make it home late night and her back is so, you best believe that she was face down on the dance floor. Let a player see you face down on the dance floor. Ass up, on your knees, shake that ass just like a pro. Let a player see your face down on the dance floor. Ass up, on your knees, shaking till your back is so. Let a player see your face down on the dance floor. Ass up, there you go, shake that ass a little more. Let a player see your face down on the dance floor. Ass up, on your knees, shaking till your back is so. Let a player see your face down on the dance floor. Ass up, on your knees, shaking it just like a pro. Let a player see your face down on the dance floor. Ass up, there you go. Shake that ass a little more. Let a player see you face down on the dance floor. Ass up, there you go. Shake it till your back is so. Let a player see you face down on the dance floor. Ass up, there you go. Shaking it just like a pro.
Welcome back, Surround Sound Podcast. I am your man, R. Hunter Jr., the truth and not a rumor. This is the Funky 4+1 No. And we're going to start it off. We're going to start our discussion with Los Scholar. He's going to be here throughout the show. Los, where are you from, homie? And what are your favorite teams?
So I represent the hometown, Memphis, Tennessee, to the day I die. Absolutely.
BHZ comrade.
Man, you know it. As far as my favorite team, man, I'm going to get pretty specific with this one. I'm going to say the 95 Chicago Bulls. I'm rocking with them, and I ain't changing it.
Okay, I see you. I like how you did that. You got real specific with it. The 95 Bulls. I can dig that.
Yeah. I'm not really a sports fan, man. You know, it's a different day and time for me. I'm more, into my craft as an artist, so I really don't take very much time to, watch sports. But I do support the home team when I'm in town, and I check out the Grizzlies and things. But as far as a fan, I was a fan of the 95 Chicago Bulls.
I can dig that right there, homie. I like that spin. And also, that was a very good and excellent segue into what you do, yo. Okay, the background that I know of you, homie, you did like all the drawings. You like created the freaking yearbook for us at White Haven. Like all 3 years, you like created the drawing, the front of it or whatever. Like, where exactly does your artisanship go now?
Man, I'm still at it. It's funny that you mentioned that. Of course, yearbook covers was one of the things that kind of prepped me to be in, business the way I am now. I still do a lot of cover art, but this time around it's more so for album covers for different artists, from everybody from 3-6 Mafia to Yo Gotti to 8 Ball and JG. I was responsible in helping a lot of the artists out of Memphis get their visuals out during a period where, you didn't really have labels that could really directly, represent what they were trying to display. For being from the South and of course from Memphis, it's a different type of environment. So a lot of the artists that I've dealt with, they've always came to me to really showcase what they were about through their cover art.
But as far as music goes in Memphis, that's not even where you stopped there. You had some dealings with K97, right? Oh,
absolutely. Yeah. K97 was one of the stations I worked with for quite a few years. Devin Steele was an up-and-coming DJ at the time, and, of course, by him being new to the station, he was interested in trying to, rebrand the station and look. So they put that in my hand, and I was responsible for, creating their logos and a lot of the marketing material that they were doing to present K97's brand. So, for that reason, if you ever see K97 or anything about K97 in the city, all of that represent, something that I was able to put forward and they take advantage of. It's been rocking ever since. I think they've been using my branding and the logos I created for probably about 8 years now, 8 or 9 years.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. The homie that I found out later that I stayed like around the corner from, and the homie that I'm in classes with, doing big things. You making logos and everything, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I've pretty much at this point, man, covered every part of art. I'm coming up on my 36th birthday, man, so it's funny that I finally can say I got 30 years of experience in art. So, it's not really one area that I haven't focused on and been able to, actually perfect.
Okay. Stop right there. We're going to put a pin right there, and we're going to come back to it. Now, I'm going to give some more information on what's going on in the sports world, and then we're going to go back and forth between you and the artwork and what's going on in sports and entertainment and culture, all right?
Let's do it.
All right, number 2 on the Funky 4+1 Mo, Major League Baseball. We always cover 4 teams. My Cubs are sitting in first place, 47-21, although we lost our last game to the Cardinals, man. It's crazy.
Go Cardinals, STL. Hey, those are my initials. I got to say that. That was the other team that I do respect.
Oh, now you want to throw another team in there?
St. Louis.
Not
Cardinals,
St. Louis,
man.
though. I got my Cubs hat on and everything, homie.
Oh, man.
Okay, we don't have beef in the Major League Baseball world, though, all right?
You see them initials on the St. Louis hat?
All right, here we go.
LTS, Los Scholars, St. Louis Cardinals. It all makes sense.
Okay, the Cubs are leading the league with 47 wins and 21 losses. We're still on on pace to break the record of 116 wins, but we'll see. Also, right behind us in second and third place is the Texas Rangers and the San Francisco Giants, trailing 2.5 games and 4.5 games back, respectively. Also, White Sox 34-36. They've just really kind of dropped the ball, no pun intended, when it comes to baseball. But they're struggling right there in the middle of the pack with the Detroit Tigers. They are 35-35 also. Lastly, bruh, you got to tell me something about these Atlanta Braves. You need to, go to Turner Field and tell them to do something. But
you know what?
What's up?
I went to an Atlanta Braves game when I first moved to Atlanta just to catch some sun. That was one of the things I did go do in Memphis, is go watch the underparent team to the Cardinals, which was the Redbirds. And so coming to Atlanta, I was hoping to get that same feeling, but that stadium was just cold-blooded, man.
Yeah,
I just
that's
think
huge.
No energy in the team itself,
Yeah, they've been on the downslide. They're not the 90s baseball Braves that we know.
Back when Dion was doing it well, man.
Oh, yeah.
See them the days, man,
That's real. The Braves are 23-46. It's crazy, though, because they do have a silver lining. They're 6-4 in their last 10, and they've won 5 in a row. So I've talked about them bad all year long so far, but, hey, at least they're on the up and up. Number 3, as far as NASCAR goes, they had Father's Day off, so that was a good look. I like NASCAR for that. They have Mother's Day off, they have Father's Day off. That's cool. The next event is the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series at Sonoma. Number 4, golf. U.S. Open winner Dustin Johnson, he won last week's tournament. It had $1.8 million. That was how much he won. Now the event. Now hold on, Los, because the event for next week is the World Golf Championship at Bridgestone Invitational in Akron, Ohio. That purse is $9.5 million. Now the U.S. Open is like one of those top tier events. It's a major, and you only get $1.8 million. That's crazy. Anyway, I guess LeBron kicked in a few dollars for his joint there in Akron, and their purse is $9.5 million.
I might need to try to get me a green jacket, man. I don't know.
Bro, we are in the wrong field. If I'd have known that I could have played golf at Whitehaven and got at least college paid for,
man,
I would have not played football. I'd been playing golf somewhere. Anyway, my uncle told me that, but I was like, no, I ain't playing no golf. Anyway, the one more comes from the political arena. Donald Trump, he has fired his campaign manager. And what I equate this to is what happened in the NBA. The Cavs fired, can't even think of the dude's name, it seemed like it was so long ago. And they brought in Tyronn Lue, and they won a championship. So we're going to see if Donald Trump firing his campaign manager is kind of like the equivalent to firing the Cavs firing their coach mid-season and bringing in Tyronn Lue. Coming up next in entertainment news, we got OJ and TIP this week and Basketball 101, plus more with Artisan Los the Scholar.
I can't wait to spend this money. Spend it all on you. It don't matter what it is, what it costs her. See, I'm on pay-per-view. Ooh, to see her standing on the couch, bottles in the air, dancing on the table. Don't worry, my accountant keeps the business running. Yeah. That's all day in a mansion in Miami, keep it full of brown panty, yellow gold, sky dweller, solitaire, pave. Whenever I say it, they menage it, faded, stumbling about at the club. How you selling, getting how you looking for love? Call your girl if you're looking for And nah, I ain't going for it like a baller drinking more than the strip club where the girls ain't getting naked. Me and 5'6" girl, body out of their world. Pretty put shame to a lot of these girls. Take a hit of it, get high with me, girl. Who tryna get sky high? Raise your hands if you want it twice. Who's feeling right? Am I the shit, bitch? Put your number in my phone. I'm almost full. Too much patrol. Yeah, yeah. Here alone. Ain't what I'm on. In my zone.
All right, welcome back. That's Nelly featuring T.I.P. Their joint is called Rick James. Once again, I just stated this on Facebook Live, yo. I think if Nelly would have, if he would have came out that way, or the type of song that is, if he would have done that first, I think Nelly would be a lot more relevant than what he is now on the music front. That Rick James joint, that joint is nice. I like that joint.
Him and T.I. been hanging tough as of lately, man. Seems like Tip trying to do something to help him resurrect his career. You know, he's not too lost in the game, but I do notice that he went from a real commercial success to like trying to fit in where he probably should have been at in the beginning.
Yeah.
I think that's the difference. That's kind of what you just stated. You know, he should have came out that way. But, you know, over time, people progress. Some people reinvent themselves. So, you know, it's still a hope for him.
It is. On a sad note, Anton Yelchin, he passed away just a few days ago. He was the star of Star Trek, the regeneration, the rebirth of Star Trek. We just want to tip our caps and think about him and his family in their loss and their sorrow right now. Moving on, though. T.I., we was just talking about T.I. T.I.'s daughter. She took a gun to the airport and tried to get it on the plane. It's been a lot of speculation with that. Actually, it's down there in the Hartsville airport down your way. Because you over in the Swats, right?
Yeah, I'm over in the Swats right around the corner from the airport. Yeah.
So
I saw that, man.
Go
I think she was unaware that from what it was said, she was unaware. But, you know, at the same time, you know where your pistol is going to be at all time. I know where mine is at, so.
That's what tripped me out, Los.
I got it with me.
I'm like, dude, you know if you got a gun. Like, if I had a gun, I would definitely know where my gun is.
Hers should have been a little bit heavier for that reason.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're going to move into, speaking of, I like this segue once again. You had an interesting piece that you posted on Facebook. The name of the piece is Justice is Blind?
Yeah, Blind Justice.
Blind Justice.
Blind. Yeah, definitely.
Tell me more about that.
It's a piece that I'm working on right now that it's kind of descriptive of what's been going on with the justice system, and you know, the characteristics of the piece display, you know, Blind Justice and her random way of moving about. You know, you think about a woman who's blindfolded with a sword and an actual scale, and I was putting that piece together basically looking at how, you know, society is right now. We're quick to judge people, but we're blind to some of the actions and ideas that people are actually. So, you know, It was just some of those things where I wanted to address that issue, but in a form where it could, like, really stare you in the face. A lot of people don't think about it, but the justice system itself is designed by the people who carry it, you know?
That's real right there. And it's supposed to be blind all the time. You're just supposed to look at the actual facts and determine a decision on guilt or innocence based on that. And sometimes it's not like that, and that's sad.
A lot of times it doesn't work. I was going to say this, the fact that she's blindfolded, but the people who sit on the jury are normally wide awake with glasses and more to make sure they see what's going on. It's kind of like a...
That's true. I never thought about that like that.
Yeah, you know,
that's interesting.
So the justice system itself, like I said, what inspired me to do that piece was thinking about Tupac's poem, Liberty Needs Glasses, and so this, you know, Blind Justice, it kind of go into the idea of how the society has treated people based off of circumstance. And, of course, you can look at what's going on in the world now and see that justice hasn't really been served for all in the equal parts. You know, some people are getting certain situations based off of who they are or who they know. which definitely, gives a descriptive, way of showing that justice isn't really equal.
Is that a usual thing for you? Do you usually do like social pieces and political pieces?
Honestly, I do pieces that come to my mind at the moment based off of my experiences and things that I see or witness. It's always off the top for me. I pick subject matters every once in a while that are away from my typical environment, because I'm in a world, where now most people are painting pictures of like what's going on in society that's good, but not often do people look at the things that are bad. And so I try to play off of that. So it's a mixture of the two.
That's what's up. We're going to go to number 3 on our entertainment. O.J. Simpson. Been in the news actually for a couple of things. He had a 5-part series on ESPN dealing with the life and times of O.J. Simpson and where he came from, his time at E, and then just going on in Cisco, and also to what he's infamous, the death of Ronald Goldman and Nicole Brown Simpson. Well, this is another chapter, because now it's being said that he could possibly be the father of Khloe Kardashian. It's wild to me also, Los. I'm like, where did this come from? Anyway.
I saw it. I said that years ago.
It's crazy because now OJ. Yeah, finally. Well, they've asked him to take a paternity test, and he said he will. He just wants Khloe, if that's his daughter, to come see him in prison. Well, Kardashian has been.
Those are the terms.
Yes, basically. Kardashian has been known who her father is and whether or not she was adopted on her family's reality show, Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Her mother, Kris Jenner.
Go ahead and get her hall pass then, man. I'll just tell you that.
Yeah, it's crazy. Her mother, Kris Jenner, offered to take him a maternity test in a 2009 episode. He's locked up in Nevada now, and that's crazy even in itself, because after you've beat a murder case of 2 people, you don't need to do nothing else ever in your life. You don't need to speed, jaywalk, run red lights. You don't need to do none of that. And he has now got locked up in Nevada. Now that's crazy. 4th, and this is something I'm going to ask you, Los, Facebook, and I shared it, and on top of that. And on top of that, I shared it again today, and I was just kind of taking her mate. Tell me what you think about that.
Man, well, it's a different day and time. Now women are a lot more eager to have, they're a lot more eager to, stress what they want and how they are and what they need. Women back when I was younger, from what I experienced with my aunties and things, they weren't as outspoken as the men were, but in society now, it's one thing I think men run from, so women have to speak up. If you want something, you got to speak on it. If a man doesn't speak quick enough, so I think that the roles have changed. Of course, women seem to be a lot more, stronger and sterner about things than some guys. So it's for everybody. A man who doesn't wear the pants in his relationship may be the one getting proposed to.
That's real. That's real right there. It's funny because, I'll leave this to Surround Sound Podcast Overtime. We're going to do Facebook Live, the end. So we're going to get into that then, man. We're going to be right back with more with Los, the Scholar, Surround Sound Podcast. We'll be back in a flash.
I'm up early, my nigga don't sell dope after nighttime. Little choppy blades on the hoop is moving dope through the pipeline. PMC bitch, holla at your bitch, now your bitch on my team. Gotta bind a stick and green, lay some with promethazine. Candy sweets, a candy bitch, you looking at a candy boy. I done came down Main and pop trunk, hit the switch on my candy toy. We all young ghetto boys, that's why we act this way. Tryna see $1 million, hoping these niggas don't blast today.
Pro smoke, pro choke, anti-broke, conservative liberal, left wing slanging, right wing hanging, in criminal court is civil. In the middle of reality, unsolved mysteries riddle, knocking over fat cats and getting my dogs some bits and gibbles. On notepads I scribble, white rippers that'll make you think. Snap so hard it'll break your synchronicity. Fucking take a drink, I fake it, blink and poof. We disappear into a shrouded doja. Cloud composers, all-nighters like Folgers, but bitch I tried to told you.
Rolling Seville, ripping my steel, might pop a pill, bitch, I'm working Woodville, Sedan DeVille, house on the hill, time to my grill, bitch, I'm working Woodville, nigga, how you feel, I Might pop me a pill, bitch, I'm working wood wheel. House on the hill, marijuana feel, ripping my steel, bitch, I'm working wood wheel.
They telling me bun don't go there, but man, I just got to bring it. These niggas, they wanna hate on that Texas, but scared to sing it. They don't know what that star about. They don't know what that bar about. They don't know what that candy car about or smoking that jar about. All they know is what the fuck I tell them or what the fuck we sell them. Smoking swishes with grain and leaving stains on cerebellums. Rebel them, propel them, jail them from PA to debell them. Tell them I told them, roll them, fucking fold them the hell ahead.
I just spent 60 G's on a brand new Elderly. Black on black, top lag. North Star fifth wheel on bag. Sometimes I feel like Lil T when my trunk steady humming. Had to leave my bitch cause I fell in love with my chrome-plated woman. I love my wood wheel grand. 84 Cadillac that slant. Slow down, screw tape that knob. Blowing on green private stock. Bitch, I don't eat ham high. Try 20-ounce anglers, beef hanging with young niggas that pack big triggers and got big ass diamonds off in they teeth. Fifth wheel and grill, Seville. My pop a pill, bitch, I'm working wood wheel. House on the hill, kind of my skrills, bitch, I'm working wood wheel. Coming down so free, nigga, how you feel? My pop a pill, bitch, I'm working wood wheel. Ripping the steel, nigga, I'm so real. Bitch, how you feel? Nigga, I'm working wood wheel.
Smoking on bionic, bubonic, chronic, it's so ironic. Sipping gin and tonic, supersonic, like Johnny Mnemonic. We crash your party, piss on your parade, sip syrup like it's lemonade. From Paris to the Palisades to the promenade. Bomb and fade, closest the car break worlds as plain as day. That's the game we came to play. It don't change, ain't a thing to say.
It's going down in the A-sign, young player from the side by the blaze of crime. I'm trying to find me a box with some good mob. I know you biggie bitches know what I'm talking about. Ain't got no time to play good. Let me get a little throw to some good stuff. Bitch, didn't you know who the fuck I was? Out in the street looking for the good stuff. Bitch, don't give a fuck about your man, so bitch trying to fuck fast, I'ma fuck slow. How the fuck you gon' out-fuck James, ho? Like Teddy Pendergrass, you better let it go.
Getting ready for
Welcome back, Surround Sound Podcast. I am Arthur Jr., the truth and not a rumor. We got my man Los, the scholar, on. What's happening, Los?
What's happening?
Man, we about to get into some of this. We about to get into some of this basketball 101 real quick. First off, Durant. Kevin Durant is stressing free agency right now. Durant was in Austin, Texas this past weekend for the release of his new Nike KD9 shoe and was inevitably asked about his upcoming free agency. And he said, it's strictly a basketball decision that's going to be held with himself and his inner circle. One time to thescore.com. Big ups for that information. KD, we've heard this song and dance before, and it came with one of your good friends, LeBron James, yo. Basically, you trying to just ease it on to us that you probably going to be leaving OKC. It's all right. It's cool. I don't know. I really want to see where he goes. I think if he used to go to L.A., it's going to resurrect that franchise quick, fast, and in a hurry. However, we're going to see. Also, big shouts out to Dirk Nowitzki. Dirk is basically the end of an era with him also. As far as the Mavericks go, he's won his championship. He's won his MVP, but he will be opting out, and he will be a free agent also come July 1st. Let's go to my man Los. Los, tell me about the artandsoulsociety.com.
Oh, Art and Soul Society. Yeah, that's one of my most recent ventures. I probably spent a couple of years just developing the idea and making sure that the platform was solid. But it's really a place where, artists and other creative individuals can go and experience what it's like to be, in their lifestyle. A lot of people think about artists and kind of think that they're just, nerdy or bummy-looking kids who sit in a room drawing by themselves all day. But truthfully, that's a whole other culture. And since I've had such a excellent experience, being an artist, I figured out a way where I could turn, the idea of what an artist's life into an actual lifestyle brand, which, brought about Art and Soul Society. And, showcasing myself amongst other artists who are skillful, from tattoo artists to graffiti artists to visual performing arts. So it's a lot of things that's out there that I'm looking forward to covering, with it. But I made sure that I developed it so that people who do want that same type of shine, but don't really live in that particular. Like you think about outside of the Source magazine and the Vibe, and even with if you say Essence or Jet magazine, those are like the mainstream mags that you got to do some pretty great things to grace their pages, unless you're ready to spend some advertising dollars. But in my case, I wanted to create a platform where you could just be you and just be good at what you do, even if you're not good at what you do, but you still have a desire to, follow that passion. I give you steps and tips on, what you can do to transition to see about,
And you know what? That's one thing I thought was super dope when I came down Memorial Day and I rapped with you, yo. I think we both realized that you need money to live, but you don't need the search of money and the crave of money is not all what life makes out to be. Because it seems like with you, and I know myself, period, we would do what we do for free. However, we're gonna make money off of it and live nicely. But
absolutely,
I think that's real cool like that. What type of what are the different levels and parts of ArtandSoulSociety.com? What are some of these different parts of it that you got going on?
So we cover everything from art, rhymes to runway to the lifestyle, So, like I said, with my tattoo artists, I got a section on there where it's called Off the Wall because, you think about art is normally on the wall, but in this case, tattoo artists are really the forefront artists at this point who are pretty much representing for the art culture. If you see, most of the people walking around that are into tattoos now, it's because of those tattoo artists that they are, presented in the manner that they, look at. So, some people really take that as a real craft and skill to be able to tattoo. And for that reason, I thought it was only necessary that I created a platform for a lot of my tattoo artist friends who I know that deserve to get that same visibility as someone who's known for singing or somebody who's known for playing in the NBA. Right. I wanted to give that same type of approach, and that's really what it was about. I wanted to be able to make sure that no matter what, I had a platform to publicize what I had going on. If at any point I needed to, away from waiting for my PR to tell me that somebody want to do a feature on me. You get me?
I feel that.
Yeah.
You know what? It was Father's Day just passed, and once again, happy Father's Day to you, yo.
Oh yeah, thanks a lot.
We talked about something that I saw Nas. It was a Nas posting on social media, and it was about how Nas made his daughter an executive producer on Illmatic. So
right.
as many times as this album goes platinum and will go platinum over the years, she'll always receive royalty checks from that album and from her father.
Yeah.
How are you helping your artwork and what you do replicate through the ages for your children?
So I pretty much already put a couple of collections to the side, pieces that haven't even been exposed to the world that I don't plan on exposing, that I'm leaving, for my daughters to be able to do as they please with when they're at the proper age. Whether I'm around or not, it will be something that they can make use of, to potentially make wealth for themselves. And I know that because I have a 30-year span of in my particular field of interest, as an artist, now I could imagine, by the time my little girl is 18, what's going to be going on in the art world. So if I'm still around to see it, it'll be a beautiful thing. But even if I'm not, then she won't be left without anything, whether she decides to hold on to these collections or whether she decides to, sell them on eBay or sell them to the highest bidder that she comes across. It's hers for that reason, so she can add to it. And, of course, outside of the other things I'm doing for her, but I know that was one of the things that I wanted to make sure that it was left in her name so that she could be able to, make use of.
I think that's super dope, yo. Next up, Basketball 101. Of course, we got to talk about the finals. Woo! It was one of the most dramatic play. It was like a dramatic play almost. You know, sometimes
I felt like I was watching the soap opera.
Yeah, you know, women, a lot of women, they like the Scandals, they like the Empires, the Real Housewives franchise. Like, I understand it now because this series has some of the most intriguing storylines. And let's start them off. First of all, Aisha Curry. Like, that was some storylines right there all by herself. And, I mean, after Game 6, what she said about the NBA possibly being rigged, I mean, of course, it was like in the heat of the moment. It was crazy. It was crazy. Then early in the series, speaking of Steph Curry and his, I guess, we won't call it his women because the lady Ronnie Rose, that was another storyline right there altogether. And then you have LeBron just being, I always have liked and appreciated LeBron's game because he was just an all around player. You know, that's why I always thought, Los, that they would win, or that's why at least I wanted them to win. I couldn't even say that I thought they was gonna win because you down 3-1, it looks bleak. Got any thoughts on it?
Yeah, I just say that, man, you know, the best man won. Honestly, you know, regardless if it was rigged or not, they played their heart out, and you can't say that LeBron, you know, he's a workhorse, man. I got a chance to see dude play in real life, and, you know, it's different from watching him on the screen because it ain't easy running up and down that court back and forth and going as hard as they go. So, you know.
Also, when you 6'9", 250, it is, you know, it's a little bit right there.
Yeah, you know, I think that for the sake of the game, they brought back what I feel like was originally lost. Like I told you, I'm old school when it comes to basketball. I still watch ESPN Classics.
Word.
And looking at the way things, you know, went down with the NBA playoffs, it goes to show that the show ain't over until, you know what I'm saying?
Until it's over.
Like that's kind of what happened with this. You know, you saw something that was unexpected. LeBron came back from a 3-1 run, and whether there was a few bad calls or, you know, some foul play, that's neither here or there. But when you got one player going off for 45, 50 points a game, you know, them Jordan numbers.
Dude.
And for that reason, you know, you got to give it to him.
I've never, like, his stat line, I went and checked out his stat line after Sunday's game, after Game 7.
Yeah.
And this dude led not only his team, but he led both teams in 5 different categories. Like, when I say this dude, like, it's a term that we often use in sports. Like, man, I played my heart out. This dude literally played his heart out, Los. I've never seen it. The block against Iguodala, like, this dude came from the back left part of the court that his team was in. He ran clear across the court to where the goal was for Golden State. That's 94 feet. It was said that this dude ran 15, like he literally ran 15 miles an hour to block this dude's shot, yo. Like, that is incredible. Like, I don't think people really caught the severity of it because that's really LeBron's thing. You know, he even calls it the chase down. You know, that's when he comes from, you know, other end of the court and block the shot. And he did it too.
Quick though, man. He is quick. Dude, for him to be as big as he is, he don't have no problem getting around the court. He's easily to dominate, top of the key, bottom of the, you know, so like, that's LeBron James. That's what, when they first started watching him years ago in high school, you got to remember why they made the decision not to send him to college and send him straight to the league compared to the other people who still needed development.
Yeah,
he was ready.
Because the year after that, they implemented that thought, you know, that you had to go for at least a year. So yeah, that is interesting. Interesting point right there. What's you know what? Now that we're talking about him, what is left for LeBron? This dude has played for 13 years. He's won 2 championships, and really what was his seminal triumph and what he wanted to do his entire time of playing basketball, he brought the championship back. Well, not even back, but he brought the first championship to Cleveland Cavaliers, and he brought, I guess, a championship back to the Northeast Ohio area because they hadn't had a championship since like '64 with Jim Brown. So I'm thinking, like, okay, if he played 2 more years, you might as well hang it up then, LeBron. You got, I mean, you have the world. The world is really your oyster. You can go into basically anything. I mean, and transcend sports.
I'm gonna see if I can get him to take up paint. You know what I mean?
He'd be probably the dopest painter. Them joints will be $1 million paintings because it's a LeBron joint. Troy over here rolling at you, man.
Yeah.
But okay, real quick, and then even Jim Brown, the great Jim Brown, said they need to go ahead and erect a statue for him, and that's real. When Jim Brown say it,
yeah,
come on.
It's see, basketball. This is what I say about LeBron, because he came up in a period where he had an opportunity to watch a lot of greats before him, so he got them plus his idea of what the game is about instilled in him. Mm-hmm. And that's what that's the difference between being good and being great, man. He's dominated the sport because I think he knows the history of the sport. I think he understands the actual meaning of the sport, like, and
beyond just playing basketball, he sees it historically in his historical context.
Right.
Yeah, I definitely agree. What's also funny is I had 3 keys last week. And it was, the first one was the play of LeBron James, which we've been talking about. 2 was the defense of Steph Curry. And 3 was the bench play of Golden State. And all 3 of these really came out in Game 6 and 7. LeBron, Game 6, 41 points. Game 7, triple-double. 2 was the defense of Steph Curry. And really, he was kind of like self-checked the whole series. Like, yeah. I don't, he just... And honestly, this speaks on another level as far as basketball one-on-one. Last year, it was so funny to me because I really didn't think Golden State was going to win it last year, even though Kyrie Irving and Love were out. And the reason why is because if you have to play basketball inside out. It's just a numbers thing. It's a higher percentage if you're closer to the goal. And with Golden State shooting so many threes, I'm like, okay, they just not going to win. It's like when they're going to be off, and they just never were, last season. Last final series, they just never were off. But this year, they were so off. And that takes me directly to number 3, and the bench play of Golden State. When it came to Draymond, Iguodala, and Harrison Barnes, they could have erected a building with how many bricks they shot. It was crazy, Los. And when that is your thing, when the 3-point shot is your thing, when Bogut went down, Festus Ezeli tried to fill in, but, I mean, he's a backup player. He's a marginal role player at best. So, I don't know. Anyway, we're going to end the show right there. Los, tell them where we can go and see some of your paintings, some of your artwork, and some of your new stuff.
The best thing I can do is tell everybody to go check out ArtAndSoulSociety.com. You also can Google the word Art and Soul Society and find us on Flipboard. That's why our digital magazine lies. There's a couple of links on the front page of ArtAndSoulSociety.com that they can actually click. If you're on your, mobile device, that'll take you directly to the site and give you a full experience of what we're about. As far as seeing some of my artwork, if you don't see it in the moment, you ain't gonna see it at all. So that's kind of how I'm aiming to make things happen, man. I never been one of the ones to like put things on display just because those tools are available, especially with social media and the way it is now, Facebook. I hardly ever even publicize my artwork online just because I feel like that's something you're supposed to see inside of a gallery or a space where you can actually indulge and appreciate it. So, I've always just been against that particular part of it.
That's spoken like a true artist right there.
Yeah. It's man, really, it's a different day and time, man. That's why I say, I work on computers daily, and in the technical world is one of them things where I realize it's a tool that I've been able to use to, like I said, design logos and create. And people stare at my artwork daily, honestly, whether they know it or not, just because I've designed so many things to help other, people in their ventures. But the things that I take as my pride and joy, my paintings, those will be the ones that you got to catch it at the Smithsonian, the MoMA, like Brooks Museum, the Guggenheim, the High Museum. Like, you have to go somewhere special to see that.
Dig that. Once again, thanks so much to Los the Scholar for being my host and actually imparting some artistic knowledge for us. We'll be right back. We got some Missy Elliott coming up, and this is going to be the transition. After this Missy Elliott song will be the end of the show, and Sign of the Times will be on Facebook Live Overtime. We're going to see y'all in just a minute. Once again, thank you so much, Los the Scholar.
Absolutely, man. Y'all enjoy yourselves and be good.
What's that?
All right?
What? Uptown New Orleans in this bitch, we VN, you understand? With this hot girl Missy, fucking with these uptown gorillas. You dig? If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Do your thing, girl.
Y'all don't wanna give me my props. I'ma have to lick 2 shots, I'ma knock. Pop the enemy till it drop. Make his whole body go hibbit to the hop. Well, I won't stop till I get up to the top. Gotta blow any other state off the map. And I got a whole lot of cheddar in my pox. Better give me 5 mics, give me props. Say you sick of my clicking my shit. Cause I got a whole lot of hits and no tricks. Just the baseline, few snares, few kicks. Make the whole industry wanna go and bid. I say you sit, we sit, I sit. While I go shit on a mix like this. Say you spit, I spit, we spit. Bet you can't fuck with a nigga like this. Check me out. Ain't no nuts, but you can't resist. If you come hard, better come legit. We gon' talk shit cause we confident. If you think not, then you're bound to see. Ain't no nuts, but you can't resist. If you come hard, better come legit. We gon' talk shit cause we confident. We gon' show you so you best believe. Y'all don't wanna put me on the front page, all the shit I done. Now you wanna fuck around and grade my shit. Let's talk about the million niggas who big. It's only one Timothy from the V. And the whole industry going beep beep. Now I gotta go change up my beats so another nigga won't duplicate me. Yeah, got styles, got shows, videos. And my shows, it grows. And I sing, I flow, I blows. And I know y'all niggas know when I come swift with the 1-2 kick. If you got a blunt, got a light, got a lit. Yeah, don't stop, won't quit. And I made 1.6 admit, check me out. Ain't no nuts, but you can't resist. If you come hard, better come legit. We gon' talk shit cause we confident. If you think not, then you're bound to see. Ain't no nuts, but you can't resist. If you come hard, better come legit. We gon' talk shit cause we confident. We gon' show you so you best believe.
I'm that nigga that told them AKs. BG is what they call me. I be in them project hallways. Beef with me, you gon' be sorry. Me and my niggas will shut your block down. We got queso, put them Glocks down. You scared to come outside. Them hot boys got you on lockdown. This nigga here from CMB. Roll with a click about 20 deep. Cause I made a meal, don't mean I ain't gon' keep it real with my peeps. All I have is thugs in my clique. All my niggas, they come off the street. Now all of a sudden, hoes on my dick. Cause I'm on BET and MTV.
It ain't no secret, this nigga be project. Getting paid, that's what's my object. Ain't none of you niggas gon' stop this. Cause I'm about making a profit. I'm all about getting it locked, dawg. Don't wanna be on the block, yo. Cause bitches be making them cop calls while I be making drop off. Man, and Fresh, he hook me up too. To the play haters, I say fuck you. You needs to worry about you instead of what to not do. Juvenile done hooked up with Missy. Bitches gon' hate me, bitches gon' diss me. A lot of you niggas gon' miss me. I'm gon' be here, you gon' be history.
Ain't no nuts, but you can't resist. If you come hard,